Dan Patrick Show, and we thought it was wise, just this once, to kind of switch roles. The Danettes are in place. Rodney Harrison has come and gone. I don't know who was here earlier in the day. They started texting me 7:15. There's a car waiting downstairs. I'm still asleep. I woke up at 8:45. I got in the car at 9. I was here by 9:20. I don't know what the rush was, but maybe they were anticipating this segment where the roles are reversed. We got 5 or 6 minutes.
Is that a question for me, Bob?
No, here are the questions.
Oh, okay.
Have you prepared your Emmy acceptance speech?
For the last 15 years, yes, I have. It's the same damn acceptance speech, Bob, rubbing it in. By the way, you can see all the Super Bowl ads on NBC Sports Tumblr page. Go to NBCSports.com/ads to enjoy them over and over and over. Yes, Bob.
Is the bartender...
That's Josie.
Oh, that's Josie?
Yes.
Hey, Josie, how you doing?
Yes.
Hi, I'm doing good.
Are you a local Phoenician, or were you imported from Connecticut?
No, I'm a local, born and raised in wonderful Arizona.
A fan of the Dan Patrick Show?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So you get up like at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to watch?
Yeah. I do, of course, yeah.
After a long night?
I'm a sports fanatic, so, you know, I
Yes.
have to watch the Dan Patrick Show.
There you go. Your demographic is wide.
Yes, it is. It is
wide.
It is. It is very
Worst mistake you ever made professionally?
Wow. 4 of them. I mean, whoa. Worst, I think not having an agent.
You don't have an agent?
No, when I first started, I didn't have an agent. And it was amazing how I was taken advantage of in negotiations. But I didn't know it at the time. I just thought, it was like when Sally Field won an Oscar, you know, they love me, you know, you love me.
Right.
I had management who believed in me, and I thought, well, of course I'm going to trust him. And then you realize, you know, years later, you know, I probably could have gotten a little bit more money, but that was and I signed up for a long-term deal, and I shouldn't have, but I wouldn't have changed it, but I would love to have had a little bit more legal advice.
If you hadn't have been a sportscaster, what would you have done with your life?
Probably own a bar.
And hire Josie?
Yes, of course. Yes, Josie. I probably, believe it or not, do something with interior decorating.
Did you design the man cave?
Yes, I did.
This one and the one in Connecticut?
Yes, the one in Connecticut, not the one in New York, but you know, we had a guy at Sony. Doug Robinson, who puts on the Goldbergs. He's responsible for a lot of great shows out there. And he was watching one day, and he texted me, and he said, "Who was your set designer?" And I thought he was joking, and I said, "Very funny." He goes, "No, I'm serious. Who designed your man cave?" I go, "I did." And he goes, "That's remarkable." But we did it out of really desperation. We didn't have anything. We just put all the stuff that was in my house and put it into the man cave, put in a bar, a basketball hoop, and a golf simulator. But the freedom to be able to do that was what made it great.
How about the Patrick family home? The wife, the girls? Your son,
Yes.
do they design their own rooms, or are you in charge of all that too?
I was in charge with some of that. Yes, I was. I picked out the color patterns and fabrics, and of course, all those things.
Okay, Bill Belichick, after the Super Bowl, calls you and says, "Dan, I got to get it all off my chest, but I want the whole show. I want the whole 3 hours."
Oh, of course.
Are you ready? And what are your first few questions for Bill Belichick?
Why now? That's all.
Why
Let him
now?
go.
You figure he goes for 3 hours?
Well, he might. But I want him to start. And I gave A-Rod the 3 hours. I reached out to him and said, "You can have the whole show. You want to come clean? I'll give you the whole show."
And what did he say?
No. So that was only like 4 seconds, so that would have been tough to do an entire show. So he only gave me that. Barry Bonds, we offered that. Lance Armstrong, we offered that.
Yep.
We said, "You come in, bring whoever you want in. We'll give you that opportunity to tell the truth."
Before they were completely exposed, as it were, I did interview Lance Armstrong. I have interviewed A-Rod. I have interviewed Barry Bonds, but never after it was kind of a done deal and the cat was out of the bag. And those are interviews that I'm waiting for. We'd all like to have them.
We had Lance, when was that? Earlier this year. And he was as forthcoming. he was what you would want him to have been years ago. Mm-hmm.
He could be a charming guy.
Yeah, but he let me go after him. And I just said there was no waiver, no clauses, no you can't ask this. I got to go after him, and he was on for 45 minutes. So.
Not because of controversy, but just because you'd love to talk to him or her. Who's the one person you know you'll never get, but you'd give half your career to have?
Oh, I don't know if there is anybody that's worth that.
Koufax.
Oh.
Koufax.
Well, he's like Garbo.
Right.
You know, he's the Garbo of sports.
He's like the J.D. Salinger
Yes.
of sports. Here's an important note. It's just arrived via Western Union.
It was very subtle. Who is on tomorrow, Fritzy?
We have
How much time do we have, Paulie? 1 minute. Oh.
Joe Montana, A.J. Green, DeMarco Murray, Barry Sanders, and David Spade will all be here
David
tomorrow.
Spade
Do you
Join.
see how much better tomorrow's show is than especially the end of this show?
What we learned on the program. Paulie, what'd you learn?
Bob Costas has hosted the Dan Patrick Show.
Seton O'Connor.
Bob Costas has hosted the Dan Patrick.
Oh, come on
Fritzy.
now.
Not since Earl Campbell has Marshall Faulk seen anyone run like Marshawn Lynch.
Rodney Harrison asked if I've been lifting weights after he hit me.
Bob, what did you learn today?
I learned that this is perhaps my last visit to the Dan Patrick Show, and that Josie only works when we're in the Mountain Time Zone.